On behalf of the People's Coalition on Food Sovereignty, I would like to extend our warmest and heartfelt congratulations to the Indigenous Peoples Movement for Self-Determination and Liberation on the occasion of the 11th anniversary of your founding. Throughout the ages, Indigenous peoples across the globe have cared for the land, water, and natural resources in peaceful and respectful coexistence. But their way of life is being increasingly challenged by transnational corporations, aided and abetted by the very governments who are duty-bound to protect them. Motivated purely by greed and the drive for profit maximization, these companies ruthlessly plunder the natural resources and grab the ancestral lands of Indigenous peoples with no respect for humanity or for the natural environment. In its latest report on attacks on environmental and land defenders, the organisation Global Witness revealed that Indigenous communities are particularly highly exposed, with over a third of all fatal attacks targeting Indigenous people. This is happening across the globe, despite the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples and national legislations that protects the rights of Indigenous peoples to maintain their culture and way of life, access to their ancestral lands, and to determine their development priorities. PCFS has been proud to work alongside IPMSDL over the past years in our campaigns for the rights of peasants and Indigenous peoples, pro-people development, and for food sovereignty. Together, we have celebrated our victories, such as the pullout of the Chinese land-grabbing company Heng Fu Group Sugar Industry in Preah Vihear, Cambodia, after years of joint campaigning. And we have grieved together when activists and land defenders have been martyred for simply protecting their land, as was the case of the Tumandok massacre in the Philippines in December 2019. IPMSDL is a staunch ally in the fight for just, equitable, healthy and sustainable food systems, being one of our co-organisers at the Global People's Summit on Food Systems that concluded last September. PCF stands with you and Indigenous people everywhere who are struggling for their right to their ancestral lands and self-determination, as we move forward together to advance our struggle against repression and exploitation and to end capitalist plunder. Long live the Indigenous Peoples Movement for self-determination and liberation. Long live international solidarity.